This is our interview with Light Motion about their new CLx10 LED fixture, which has a unique design.
The Cinema 5D virtual show is brought to you by B&H, the professional source for all your video needs. CVP, the leading specialist in creative cine, video and photo solutions. Fujifilm, value from innovation. Atomos, better monitoring, better recording. And SERP, better films.
Hello everyone, welcome to cinema5d.com. This is our virtual trade show. My name is Graham Ayler-Sheldon and I'm here with Tom from Light Motion. Hello, Tom.
How you doing, Graham?
Not too bad. So I have to admit, I'm embarrassed. I did not know a whole lot about Light Motion as a company. So before we launch into talking about the brand new CLx10 fixture, could you just give me sort of a broad overview of Light Motion and what you guys do?
Yeah, so our company started actually 30 years ago in underwater imaging and dive lights. So we've been actually doing lighting for over 30 years in one of the most critical and challenging spaces on Earth, which is underwater. And divers are very demanding and they travel a lot. So compact, durable, lightweight is the name of the game there. So we've been creating lights for imaging underwater for a long time. And we had several of our underwater photographers and videographers ask if we could make lights that worked what we call above the top side or above the line. So, and our engineers were like, yeah, we could do that. So about 4 years ago, our engineers figured out how to deal with heat dissipation, which is a big issue when you take it out of the water. You know, water is a natural coolant. So we had to figure out how to manage the heat of both the battery and the LEDs when they're used for regular videography. And the result is the light we're going to talk about today. But we've been making several other models that are being used for documentaries and broadcast news and cinema all over the world.
You know, Tom, it's kind of a marketing turn of phrase to say, that's what we have, a one-of-a-kind product. No one else is doing this. And in this case, I absolutely agree with you because it is a very different light from what I'm used to seeing. Honestly, at Cinema 5D, we see a lot of lights. We talk about a lot of lights. But this is a daylight, high-output, internally battery-powered LED source with a built-in fan. So why don't you just give us some of the top line specs of the CLx10, because it's a very unique light, as you alluded to.
Yeah, so one of the hallmarks of our brand is the integrated battery solution. And that's really important for safety. And charging batteries like this is very, very challenging and very dangerous if it's not done right. So our lights use proprietary firmware and a charging cable that it only works with our light. So you have to use our charging cable to charge it. So it charges a light just the right way every time. So that's one of the main things is that you've got a 6-cell lithium battery driving this thing and managing that. The other thing is that our output and our communication with the light head provides consistent output. So you're going to get the lumen output consistent the whole time. It's not going to fade, it's not going to dim, but it's going to hold that light output the entire time. So it's regulated. So you get very consistent light. The really other thing is that it's flicker free. So for slow-mo video, it is the perfect light. We have people using a lot of high-end video cameras, including Phantom cameras, shooting slow-mo with these and are getting amazing results. And our light ranges from as low as 500 lumens all the way up to 10,000 lumens. And all the range is flicker free, which is pretty amazing.
So that's 10,000 lumens is a very high output. I'm trying to compare it to something in the HMI world, just for folks at home. Do you know offhand to compare like 200 watt HMI, maybe a little less?
It's hard to say. We haven't figured out how to. The lux on it is very high. And where people are using these, the 10,000 lumen light allow people to shoot out in daylight. and fill in daylight, which is what everyone's been looking for. And that's been sort of our benchmark that we've been after, is especially for broadcast news and for on location documentaries, when you're shooting in full sun and be able to clear out those shadows and those dark spots and be able to get nice even light in outdoors for that type of scenario. And that's what all of our ambassadors and customers are like, you got to get there, and we have. So it really allows you to, on the move really quickly, set up and go, and get great shots, whether it's nighttime or all the way into full sun. You can get great even light.
Yeah, it just seems excellent for run and gun applications because it is so tiny. One of the things that I think is interesting about Light Motion in terms of the ecosystem of products that you have is you have quite a few accessories. Why don't you just give everyone a sense? You can even change the Daylight CLx10 to be tungsten by, actually, I've never seen this done this way either. It's not putting a gel, is it changing out the front lamp head, essentially? Why don't you tell me about how you make it tungsten and then some of your accessories?
Yes, this is something we actually got patented, where we can actually remove the light head from the battery in the body of the light, and swap the head out. And the reason we do that is there's a lot of bicolor out there, and the challenge with that is you either minimize your power output or you really get a very large light source, because you've got to add more of an array of LED. And we are all about compact and lightweight and powerful. And so both of those things fly in the face of what our brand's about. And so we see that a better opportunity is to, just swap out the head, and you get more power and more consistency in that spread as well. If you have a mix of array of LEDs that are switching back and forth, that's also a challenge because your light's not consistent and even. So it really makes the best. So you can gel our light. It has the adapter, so you can put in a CTO gel holder and put in gels. You can modify it with other hard sources like Fresnels, so you can focus it and do spotlights and beauty spots and focals and things like that. And then you can also add soft sources, so you can put soft boxes on it. You can put umbrellas on them. And make it a nice big soft source for interviews and things like that. So it really allows you to do a lot of different things. And the nice thing, like you said, it's small and compact. So a lot of people, especially when you're doing video work, you're working in cramped spaces, and it's really hard to get the light into the right space, or it's too big and you got cables. Now that your battery on board, you don't have any cables to deal with. If you're lighting a room, like you're doing a scene in a kitchen or something, and you need, some daylight, you can pop this through a window with a shade, and now you've got natural daylight, beaming into a kitchen or a living room, at 4 a.m.
Sure. And how long is the battery life at 100%, 100% lumens?
Just under an hour. The neat thing is that you can run it off of AC or battery power and still get the same power. And then if you have the right DTAP and cable complement, you can actually run it off DTAP as well. So that's the neat thing about this light, is no matter what you're doing, you can make it work.
Very cool. And hopping back to accessories for one moment, is this a proprietary mount that you have on the front? Can I add third-party accessories?
Yeah, so you can add third-party accessories. We make it so it accepts other modifiers. We're actually mapping the Chimera soft boxes to our light and partnering with them on that right now. And you can use Chimera with our Chimera soft boxes with our product to get that nice soft source. And all of our lights come with an umbrella holder, so you can do a shoot-through umbrella to soften it at any time. So we're all about working with other modifier companies and being versatile. We don't want to limit anybody's inventory. We're new to the party, so we know people already have modifiers in their bag and they want to use them. So we're being as accommodating as possible.
Gotcha, understood. And before I let you go, Tom, pricing and then availability for the CLX10. I understand it's shipping now, right?
Yeah, it's available now, and the light itself retails for $12.99. There's a full kit that comes with a bag and all the modifiers and power cable and all of that. That's $16.99. And then we have a 2-light kit, which is really neat. It comes with the CLX10 comes with the 2000, which that light is fully waterproof, and we'll get to that in a second. So you get that whole kit, 2-light setup for just under $2,000. One of the things, as you can imagine, seeing as we come from the dive community, waterproof and weatherproof is just a hallmark of our lights. So every light is IP54 rated at the minimum, and many of our lights are IP68 rated. So the CLX10, you can actually have it out in the rain, the snow, the sleet. You can disinfect it and rinse it off, and it'll just keep on working. So, you know, whereas a lot of other lights, you just cringe if you had to do, you know, stuff out in the weather. These are lights that broadcast news crews like the Weather Channel and Fox News are using in outside, you know, heavy weather conditions, and not having to worry about them getting damaged or not working.
Very cool, Tom. Well, on behalf of filmmakers everywhere, thank you so much, I guess, for moving your product line topside.
Yeah, we're happy to do so.
All right. Well, Tom, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much for having us. We're really excited about supporting the cinema market.
All right. Well, we're excited to have you. Everyone, stay tuned to cinema5d.com for more of our virtual trade show coverage. And don't forget to hit subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks, everybody.